I started doing these videos as like advice for parents in this situation, going through this, and also so other parents could know that they're not alone in what they're going through, and this, these horrible things that CPS is doing to them. It's like they're doing to tons of parents all over, and that's why I encourage everyone to share their stories too, because then, maybe we can start to know the true magnitude of, the problem, and, that can be exposed, and hopefully it can be intensely dealt with, definitely say defund, but anyways, it's also the reason why I started doing these videos. It's like a way to like indirectly talk to my caseworkers, which I would encourage. I mean, if you want to, it's like, you get to get your thoughts and feelings out. Like, I know my caseworkers are watching, so it's like, yeah, get your thoughts and feelings out without other like gaslighting and manipulation techniques in the moment, you know. But so I just wanted, I guess, to talk about supervised visits today a little bit. So yeah, this nonsense they call supervised visits, which it's like I don't even think all these parents that get it. It's like maybe only 10 to, I don't even know what percentage, but I'll just say like maybe 10% actually would qualify as like needing it. The other ones, of course, is just a money maker. But anyways, so my opinion on like supervised visits is like, if I was a social worker, like I watch patients at my work, I watch their family visits. It's like if I was a social worker watching visits with parents and children, it's like, okay, as long as they're not abusing or neglecting their child, like, okay, you're fine. Like, do your thing, But no, it's like these, like, supervisors, social workers, whatever, like, they want to, like, tell you exactly how to parent your child, which is ridiculous. It's like every parenting style is different. Like, just because you would parent your child this way doesn't mean that, that I would. But these caseworkers, they act like, nope, there's only one way to parent your child. That's the way that we know. That's the way that we're, whatever we're telling you to do, that's the only correct way. It's like, so the supervisor, okay, caseworker, she said like multiple times, like, oh, your children are really well behaved. They always like listen. They always wear their masks usually, or oh, they're good at keeping their masks on. Which, okay, how's the mask thing an issue? But anyways, she always talks about like how good their behavior is. Which it's like, so this one time, in the last visit, it's like I gave my daughter a bag of goldfish, which I give my daughters every single visit at the end. But the caseworker had told me something about, oh, you can't give them gifts or things. You need to make it like a reward type thing. So I had to turn it into that because of what she said. So it's like kind of just something that I used as like, oh, help me clean up, or like, do listen and follow the rules, and that's why you'll get the goldfish. Which, so as a normal parent, this is something they tried to gaslight me about. It's like, as a normal parent, I said something like, oh, you're not going to get these now because you're not cleaning up. Like, only your sister's going to get them. Like, parents do that all the time, but they're like, no, you don't threaten your children. Ridiculous shit. But so I ended up giving my daughter the bag at the end. She did clean up a little bit at the end, but anyways, they acted like, oh, that's a horrible parenting decision. You don't know how to discipline your children. All this nonsense. But it's like, you were just talking about like how good they are. So I guess my parenting skills, like, how did my children end up like this? But yet I have the most subpar parenting skills, like I don't know how to discipline, I don't know how to raise my children, like, really? But yet they turned out to be like, yeah, one of the best ones that you have? Okay. Yeah, I raise my children every single day of my life, which, okay, that's something that caseworkers, it's like they don't understand that. It's like they don't get, like, you're a mother just like every other mother is to their children, you know? Like, they don't treat you like that, though. They don't treat you like a mother. They don't treat you like an adult. They treat you like a child, and they treat you like, I don't even know, you know, exactly, because I would say, like, a patient or something, but not really, because I don't treat patients like that, you know? I treat them with actual respect. So, yeah, I don't know exactly what they try to treat you as. Maybe they just imagine all parents are, like, you know, really bad actual child abusers, and that's why it's like, okay, you can treat them horribly. And I'm just saying, maybe that's their logic, their social worker logic. I don't know, but anyways, of course they all think they're better than everyone, but anyways. So yeah, caseworkers, they act like, you know, you're some random person basically that they have to teach to, you know, parent. They have to teach you to parent your own child. You know, they don't act like you had any kind of history, like you didn't raise your children every single day of their lives. You know, you didn't like carry them in your body, birth them, you know, breastfeed them, raise them, like keep them safe every single day. You know, they don't act like you did that. They act like, oh, you just met this child and we need to teach you how to parent them. That's legitimately how they act. It's fucking ridiculous. But so something that kind of like really bothered me at this stupid ass meeting that I had to have was like my social worker, okay, caseworker, she said something like, oh, if you don't set like limits, then well, no, she said, if your kids are returned to your care, then they're just going to think of you as like fun mom that, you know, comes and plays with them, and they're not going to like see you as, you know, a disciplined person. They're not going to take you seriously, something. Just going to see you as fun mom that we play games with. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, how long do you expect me to be doing this? Like, number one. And it's like, okay, did I not have a life with my children before this? Like, this is not, I'm just not meeting my children right now, you know? I don't need to, like, reprogram them from, you know, having only these supervised visits to real life. It's like, I need to program them from real life to these supervised visits, you know? And be like, okay, never take your masks off, never disobey, never do anything that's against the rules, or else we'll never be together again. I mean, that's the basic truth of it, unfortunately. But, yeah, it's like, okay, bitch, I don't think my children think I'm, you know, just a fun parent. Like, I disciplined them, you know, appropriately, like, as much as they needed it at home. Like, you know? But anyway, so that's one point. I guess it's just like a personal thing that was bothering me. But another thing is like, so okay, a part of why I say they don't treat you as like actual people. It's like, you know, you may be around other moms, parents, and like you may see them with your children, and then maybe you think like, oh, I wouldn't have, you know, like done this in this situation, or like, oh, this mom should have, you know, done this or said this, or like even just here, say like with your mom friends, and you're like maybe, you know, kind of like secretly judging, like, oh, I wouldn't give my child this, or like I would have disciplined my child, like, oh, that child needs a spanking. You know, it's like you think those thoughts in your mind, you know, of course, and maybe you even like, I guess you could say, judge somebody else, you know, stranger, friend, whatever, family member, but you don't act like, okay, even if you say something in the moment, you know, even if you're like, oh, you should do this, you should do this, okay, in your mind, do you think, you shouldn't raise your children? You shouldn't be a mother to your children. Your children should get taken away and be kept away from you because you're abusive to them. No, you know, not like if they're not abusing them or neglecting them, then no, normal people don't think that, you know, I don't think that's not a normal thought, like, you know what I mean, like, but that's how these social workers think, like, they think if you're not following their exact rules, their exact specifications of how children should be raised, then you shouldn't be raising them, and, you know, who cares if they don't have their mother for, you know, their whole growing up, it doesn't matter because you didn't enforce this, you know, goldfish thing one time. That was more abusive than not being in their lives for all these months, years, whatever. Like, they're ridiculous. It's like, just because you would make a different parenting decision than someone else, just because maybe you're more strict or more lenient with your children, okay, are you abusing or neglecting them? No. So what the fuck, like, it's not your business, it's not your, anything. It's like, stay out of it. Like, obviously, I'm raising my children how I see fit, how I want to raise my children, how I have the actual constitutional right to raise my children. But no, they act like, okay, we obviously need money for this site where I'm at. It's like falling apart, so ghetto, in the middle of the ghetto as well. But yeah, it's like, so we need money, so we have to retain you here. So we're gonna act like, because you didn't enforce a rule over a bag of goldfish, that's why, you're a horrible parent and you have to stay here for as long as possible. So yeah, that really bothers me. It's like they just act like you have no parenting skills, you don't know what you're doing, you've never met your child before, you don't know anything about being a parent, you don't know anything about your child. No, like I've said before, they're the experts on your child. But yeah, so I'm sure a lot of other parents are going through that, experiencing that from social workers that just think they're the, authority on everything. But yeah, it's like, these are my children, I'm their mother, just like any other mother out there in public. Like, supervisors are not some, like, alternate reality, where it's like, society doesn't work how it works. Yeah, these magically are not my children. Like, I don't know, they're like so delusional what they claim of everybody else. They're the delusional ones. But yeah, that's all.